somber start.
Is it a somber start, Ellie?
Yeah, I think so. Not quite crash bang what a video.
What a video! Hi everyone, it's Ethan McKinley. It's the 2-minute Terminator. In fact, correct that. It's the 1 minute 51 second Terminator, where we break down the Terminator films 1 minute and 51 seconds time. The 1 minute 51 seconds we're going from today is minutes 50 to 51.51. It opens with a woman going, "Oh my god, we're all gonna die, Skynet's gonna kill us." And it ends with the tender embrace of Moon Bloodgood touching her naked breasts and turning to look at Sam Worthington. Because what better time to seduce a robot than in a post-apocalyptic wasteland? Oh my god. I'm Ethan McKinley. On the other end of the line is Ellie Fitzgerald.
Hi.
Oh, Ellie, let the crowd hear you.
Hello. Hit the fucking music, bitch.
Howdy, stranger.
Don't say howdy, stranger to me.
You didn't do the fourth.
Thank God. It sucked. Yeah, it sucked.
And we're back. Yes, I am Ethan McKinley, and yes, this is the 2-minute Terminator. If you listened to the last episode earlier today, you will know that it wasn't in fact episode 26, it was episode 25, but I'm a dyslexic retard, so what can you do? Right, today is episode 26, and we are going from minutes 50 to minutes 51 and 51 seconds, because I've messed up my timeline, but it also means not only do you get like extra episodes at the end of the season, we're just doing 1 minute and 51 seconds of the Terminator. So welcome to the 1 minute and 51 second Terminator. Hi.
Ethan, I love that you highlight this every time. People probably don't even notice.
I know, but
You're being too honest.
I like to bring the people in on not just the glory, the highs.
Listen to our shit show run by a fucking dyslexic twat.
It is, but I like to think our show, compared to some of the other minutes, who are all awesome, I do subscribe and listen to you, that we have a bit of more of a kind of ramshackle kind of, a bit like as you would in the future, just make, do, amend.
Exactly.
And it's all done with charm, with courage, and above all, the personality of, well, Ellie Fitzgerald and me. I hope we're enough for you.
Don't beg, it's not sexy. Ethan, actually, no, you've already given us the bookends of this particular episode.
I have. If you're enjoying the music in the background, it will be in the homework section of the show notes. It's the Randy Edelman composed Dragonheart theme called To the Stars Born.
Love that movie.
Where Draco was played, of course, by Sean Connery, one of his last film roles before he decided to quit acting forever when he started in The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, directed by Stephen Norrington. They fucking hated each other.
I thought that was a great film. I loved him as Draco. He was a great dragon.
You weren't expecting much, though, I think. That's why you liked it.
I really wasn't, but I actually loved that film. I thought it was great. I just like Sean Connery. Any man that admits that when a woman's had one
stepping out of line, you can crack a one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, we all say that's terrible, but secretly, boys, we deep down we're thinking, that is fucking brilliant.
Get this man a fucking pussy. Yes, I've got quite a few notes on this particular episode. However, Ethan.
Yes, dear.
However, stop the press. I think SPULDNER has sent in the biggest letter.
Oh, we've got a reader's letter
today. Have you seen the size of it?
No, but I've got a disgruntled letter from John Nichols, so do you want me to go first?
Okay, go.
It's kind of directed at you. I think you've upset him.
Oh dear.
Okay, so I don't think there is a score for Maximum Overdrive. It was just a ruse so you would play some AC/DC on the show. I'm happy to do that, John. To do that. My only issue was my worry with AC/DC is because it's like rock music, it might overtake the show. I'll try and work some in, maybe on this episode, and we'll see how it goes. But because when we played the Fright Night thing last week, which I adore, because it was so electronic, it was kind of like drowning us out. So I'm trying to find these like gentle action adventure scores to kind of like keep your ears in pep. So that's my answer to your first one. Right, this is the bit where it turns to you. As far as the Dieter Von Teese versus Sherilyn Fenn thing goes, I did that before you said people from the movie. I chose those two for the very reason they look similar, and that was the point. A few shows ago, Ellie said listeners should write in with stars to compare, like Celebrity Deathmatch. But I think they should call it Celebrity Shag Match.
Yes.
I think, listeners, you should store these up for this potential bird watching show we're going to do when this runs out of steam or we lose enthusiasm or our lives. Spaldner voted Dieter von Teese, and as we said in the show, I would vote Dieter for the dirtiness. It's a bit like Claire Danes. You'd like marry Bryce, but you'd sneak off with Claire. The same way you'd marry Sherilyn Fenn because she looks amazing, and you'd sneak off with Dieter because she does go ass to mouth on the first date. Ellie, your letter. By the way, we will come to the clip shortly, listeners.
I don't think that was a disgruntled John at all.
Oh, okay.
I think he's just stating his... Come on, dude. Don't be like the feminists and misinterpret it.
Yeah,
okay.
I've just seen your Facebook status say men are the new Nazis. Where have you got this from?
Oh, God. It's just... You know that thing that incensed me yesterday?
Yeah.
That particular model who put up a status
did you
and
get
then
a response
particular
for that?
other person. No, that actually got taken off the feed.
Oh, someone deleted it?
It's not even on there. I got no response. It's just been taken off. But they've carried on and...
Post something else.
Just what they've written. Some guy has jumped in and been like, hang on a second, guys. Like, this guy's clearly making a joke. Like...
Oh yeah, no, I read it. It's clearly a joke.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then S has jumped back in again, and then the model has jumped back, and it's just like I was reading it on the way to the gym, and I got so angry. I was like, do you know what? Like, literally, I remember when I was at school, all we ever learned about was how evil the Germans were and how evil the Nazis were. And it's always Nazis, 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 Nazis. It's just constantly shoved in your face, and I was like, I've just realised. Men are the new Nazis. They're like the new, like, it's like fashionable to hate men. It's like a new fad. I was just like, that's what it's all about. I get it now. Men are the new Nazis.
I'll take it.
I'll take that. Cool. Sweet. It just, honestly, dude, it makes me so angry. It makes me so ashamed of my own sex that they will pick upon such stupid...
Well, you should send this dude the screen grab.
Little things.
And go,
it's just
dude,
like,
these awful women are talking about you.
Excuse me, you all live in London. You're a fetish model. So I'm sorry. Anything that you post is just open to any kind of sexual message, reply back, innuendo, whatever. So I'm sorry. That's how you pay your bills. Like,
it's
like
not, is
it's
it?
It's like a porn star being like, oh, I got raped at work today. Well, you didn't, because you're a porn star, and that's how you pay your fucking bills.
Oh, I don't know about that. Story was in the middle of a massive court case suggesting that James Dean, the porn star ex-boyfriend, raped her on the set of a porno. So that's the new hot button topic. But anyway, we'll come to this and other things later in the show as we barrel along with our most loyal listener. Sorry, John. James Spaldner. Just kidding.
Yes, let's carry on with this letter, which is going to take me a while to read. Here we go.
Strap in, folks.
Strap in, boys. Hi, guys. Okay, here goes. This is covering another batch of episodes that you put out all at once, so I hope you remember everything I'm referring to. Oh, blimey. First things first, you can pronounce my name whatever way you like. I don't mind. I've heard it all. It's not exactly the easiest name to say. I fucking... See, a woman wouldn't say that.
No.
I once, when I was working as an annuity salesperson, I used to have to call people in the evenings, like about 8 o'clock at night, and be like, do you want to buy it? Honestly, it was terrible. What would happen is people would put their details onto the website, they'd start to make a quote, and then they'd stop halfway through, and then what we would do is we would get that as a lead, and we'd call them and be like, oh, we see you struggled with our website, can we help you? This particular woman was Irish. I mispronounced her name, so I've called her, I've gone, hi, can I speak to Mrs. whatever? And she's gone, you can't even fucking say my fucking name right, so fuck off! And just hung the phone up.
Wow, and what class she was.
Wow. I hope they recorded that and they ordered that on the next... Jesus Christ, it was mental. So, thank you, Spaldner.
Oh, sorry, what is it then? How'd you say his name?
Well, we say Spaldner.
Yeah.
But it's Spulnder, so it's Spaldner.
Right.
Spaldner.
Spaldner.
I don't know. I'm just going to call him James. We salute you, James. Cheers for, just being a dude. Now to Terminator Salvation stuff.
Thank God.
To answer Ellie's question, the weapon that Kyle is shooting at the motorbike Terminators is the M203 grenade launcher.
That's what I was just about to say.
It's the handheld version of the launcher that gets mounted under the M16 rifle. It's a much newer and updated version of the M79 launcher that Arnie shoots at the T1000 in Terminator 2.
Ah.
The M16 M203 combo is the one Arnie carries in the Predator movie. Fuck, this guy is good. As far as this, okay, if the
How many confirmed kills have you got, Spauldner?
If the apocalypse happens, I am meeting up with James. Seriously, you are my buddy.
Well, you gave a weird address where he lived, but carry on. You'll never
as far
find
as
him.
this truck chase scene is concerned, I saw a bunch of different things that seemed to pay homage to the other Terminator movies. You may have mentioned a few of these, but here's what I saw. First one that I just mentioned, the shooting of a handheld 40mm grenade launcher at a pursuing Terminator, just like in T2. The truck smashing into derelict cars, just like the LA River Basin chase seen in Terminator 2. Sweet, got that one. Marcus smashing out the windshield. Yep, windscreens of those of you speaking the Queen's windscreens for those of you speaking the Queen's English, like the T1000 does in the T2 chase scene. The bike jumping down into the chase, just like in T2. The other bike going under the truck tyres, just like in T2. And finally, dropping the hook onto the road, just like they do in the crane chase scene in T3. Pause. I'd also like to address Marcus grabbing onto the HK with the axe.
Marcus, you didn't involve poor Marcus, did you? That's my quote of Sean Connery from Indiana Jones 3. Carry on.
You're right about it being very hard for him to penetrate into metal with a broad end of an axe. Thank you.
He's a robot, though. Kinda.
It can be done, but it is tough. However, if you look closely, the backside of the axe he uses is pointed. The pointed backside of the axe is to be used to punch holes into things like metal. Had they... Oh, there's a typo there. Had they had him turn the axe around, it would have been completely believable and not looking even more ridiculous. I mean, seriously, the right way to pull that scene off was pointing directly at his face, pun intended. Nice. Now, I hate to do this, but I've got to mention a cock-up on your part.
Right, cancel your subscription, even though it's free.
Fuck you, Ethan. If you rewatch the two clips together from episodes 23 and 24, there never were 3 A10s. There were only 2.
Right, that's
the A10s fly in even paired flights, usually 2 or 4 to a flight, and I think they were trying to portray that in the movie. If you're looking at the satellite picture the bullshit Bale and Bryce Dallas Howard are looking at, you only see 2 A10s as well. In fact, that satellite image is the same one that you used for the still shot for the YouTube video for episode 23, if you want to take a look.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Because this is all on Ethan.
Oi, every episode is a mess because of me. I'm the weakest link on any show I'm on. You know this.
That's not true, Ethan. That's not true.
It is true.
It's not true. Dude, you're like the movie buff. I just swear and say, like, salacious things and inflammatory things. But I like it. It's constructive criticism, Ethan. You must be used to it. I think the red band of paint on Moon Bloodgood's eyes is her war paint. I think she's to be portrayed as the Native American version of the strong ethnic woman character, and the red stripe across the eyes is reminiscent of that. Many tribes use coloured... Oh, you've lost me here, James. Many tribes use coloured stripes across their eyes in a ceremonial painting. And also, by a bit of a stretch, it could be meant to look like her red Terminator vision, as she first sees Marcus, and a bit of a foreshadowing as to who he really is. Ooh, I like that. We know that it's kind of like tribal and native and everything, but it's just a bit fucking ridiculous, isn't it? Where's she getting this red face paint from in this environment? I don't know. Okay.
I'm literally watching like a hawk now for the third A10 tank buster.
Ethan's doing his homework as well as I read.
But I looked at several sources at the trivia that said 3, and it looks like 3 come into shot. It's just at the cusp of 1 of the 2 minutes. Let me just try and... You carry on reading the letter, though. It's fine. I mean, I'm in complete agreement that there is, in fact, 2 on the readout, but we know the readout...
Also, in regard to Marcus's motives, I don't think he has a mission per se.
Okay, you know what? Spauldner's right. The 3rd bogey.
Of course he is. Spuldner is always on point, dude.
The 3rd bogey in frame is actually the HK at the back chasing the 2 A10s.
Spuldner's the Oracle, dude.
So why the bloody Nora did the trivia on 3 different websites when I collate all this information said it was the 3rd A10? It even looks like one.
Well, Spuldner's just broken the internet. Well done,
Spuldner, you're the
Spuldner.
new host. I'm standing down.
Dude, you should just fucking call in and be a part of the show.
I'm the Claire Danes of this podcast. Oh, God.
Yeah, but Claire Danes is great at acting.
Yeah, I know. Oh, bloody
No,
Nora.
you are good at acting, Ethan. You are.
I'm not good at acting. I'm not good at anything. My talents should really be in art, special effects, and 3D character design. Unfortunately, I'm from a one-parent broken home, and I didn't really get the chances. I mean, John will attest this. He's a brilliant artist that kind of like, you know, got left behind and left by the wayside. You know, he's dragged himself up now. Obviously, he's a casino manager.
Even though you can't spell very well, your writing is amazing.
Well, I think I have
when you
this...
write things and when you have time to like...
It comes from the heart. I can connect.
It's fucking amazing, honestly.
Well, thank you.
So don't sell yourself short, dude. You're great.
Oh, maybe I can be a novelist at 50.
Exactly.
It's never too old, never too late.
Your brain don't work no more. Listen to Patrice.
You can't change your ethic.
You can't change your ethic. Also, in regard to Marcus's motives, I don't think he has a mission per se. I think he was a prototype that never really got programmed and turned on yet. I think he totally... People will talk. I think he's totally working on human instinct and his own thoughts right now. I completely agree. I think that once he woke up and activated, Skynet noticed and has been monitoring him and his location until a good moment arrives and presents itself to activate his evil switch.
Yeah. In
regard to Moon's outfit...
So repeat that again. What did he say about his evil switch? He's just waiting to be activated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skynet, so yeah.
Because he rips that out later in the film spoilers.
I think that once he woke up and activated, Skynet noticed and has been monitoring him and his location until a good moment arrives and presents itself to activate his evil switch.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ethan is with us.
I agree.
In regard to Moon's outfit, yes, she could fly in those clothes. You do not necessarily need a flight suit.
Why?
However...
Because it's not a jet fighter.
Don't argue with Spuldner.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying, all right, basically, you know the Top Gun guys, they wear the flight suits because it's like, it squeezes your body in various places. And when you actually do like...
It's gay porn.
Kind of, yeah. But when you're doing like, you're doing a massive pull-up or a spin or something, to keep the blood in your head, you have to go... And you have to go like, as if like you're straining for the biggest shit ever. You have to keep all the blood in your brain. And Joe Rogan said this. They took him up in one of those... jet fighters, and he blacked out because you have to learn this technique going, and you have to kind of go.
What do you have to do?
I'm doing it now. A bit like a SWAT team, but you're trying to push all the blood.
And put it on the page, please.
You're trying to push all the blood into your brain to keep it there, and the flight suit obviously helps with that by a bit like altitude socks you'd wear on an airplane if you got like.
Sounds like trying to maintain an erection.
Basically, yeah. Story of my life: trying to fly a plane and fuck at the same time.
Jesus Christ, I salute you, sir.
And in other news, one of my ex-wives is now dating Leonardo DiCaprio. True story.
Ethan, okay, right. I thought this about 20 minutes after I read your message and replies, and I was like...
We don't have to say a name on air.
I'm not going to. I
saying.
love how you knowing someone and having maybe, like...
Touched a private area, bathing suit area.
On one occasion, and it becomes an ex-wife.
Yeah, another satisfied customer.
I own that person now.
I can't believe DiCaprio's parking his car in my garage. I'm pissed.
Dude, she was with someone when she did it anyway.
Yeah, I know.
So actually, you were parking your car in someone else's garage.
In a club, no less. I'm such a bad boy. I'm the British Andrew Dice Clay, but with shitter jokes.
Amazing.
What are you doing over here? Yeah,
Suck my dick, Tracy.
Suck my dick, Tracy. Another satisfied customer.
But yeah, I can't wait to read the headline on that bad boy in a few months.
Well, I think it's all rumor. They just like, I mean, basically it's good. I think it's probably publicity put out by her PR people.
Why? Why
Well,
could
because
that not be
she's an up and coming model, and it boosts her profile. If she's associated with him, it gets good work. If you got a modeling agency or a PR company working in conjunction, they kind of put 2 and 2 together, don't they? It boosts your profile, whether it's true or not.
Why could it not be true? They might be dating.
Because they were probably seen out in a club together, or she was in a private members club, like the
Just
one I
be
used.
happy for her, Ethan.
No, I hate. Well, it's just DiCaprio and his giant alcoholic baby head.
Yeah, but he's a bit of a dude, though.
Good at acting, but
Good at acting.
I have
He's
trouble
a
with
great
it.
actor.
I have trouble with him in the roles because he looks still like the young boy, but he's got the leathery looks of an older man. I don't know.
DiCaprio is one that actually has completely changed my opinion. The first few films I saw when he first came out, like Titanic and stuff like that, I thought he was fucking wet. I hated him. I was like, oh god. And like, oh my god, he's so attractive. I've never found DiCaprio attractive.
But now he's drinking bottles of whiskey and slinging dick on his yacht. You're like, yeah.
No, I still don't find him attractive.
The weird thing was,
the films that I've seen him as his career has progressed, I think he's actually got better as an actor, and now I think he's fucking brilliant.
Well, yeah, I know, but that's his talent. I'm just saying him as a piece of human real estate.
No, as a piece of human real estate, I've never rated DiCaprio. He's not my type at all.
That's all I was saying. Interesting though, in all these reports on her, all the comments, even by the actual person writing the piece, is like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio with yet another young 24-year-old. It's a bit creepy, isn't it, Leo? It's like, well, no, he's a multi-millionaire movie star. Of course he'd be banging really hot young chicks and models. Younger women like older men with power, and older men with power like younger women. Sorry if you got left on the island of the uglies, ladies, but that's just how it works.
But a word of warning to those older men that like fucking young chicks, just fuck them, don't marry them.
Yes, because you'll get in the same trouble as Johnny Depp.
Enjoy it while it's fresh and fun and easy-go-lucky and all that.
You need to womanize, if you do get married, womanize throughout your marriage and tell your wife everything so it's all cool. And then you'll be trained in dealing with these gold-digging whores, as Bill Burr would say.
Be happy with that.
Well, I do think when a young woman marries a wealthier rich man, there's a kind of social contract you enter to, maybe a verbal one, where, you know he knocks around with a few chicks. As long as you don't see it, it's all cool. And for that, you get this...
Baby monitor?
The baby monitor. So I was talking to this girl, like laying it on really thick, and then I came down from the baby's room, and she was looking at me, and I was like, what's going on here? What's going on here? And she went, the baby monitor. I was like, oh god.
Fuck.
Billy Idol.
We do love him. Oh my god, there's a Maybug in my room.
A what?
A Maybug. Jesus Christ, it's massive. Oh my god, it's terrifying.
It's probably one of your fancy men, you whore.
You what?
It's probably one of your fancy men, you whore.
Not at all. Anyway, I am going to finish this letter. So, in regard to Moon's outfit, yes, you could find those clothes. You do not necessarily need to wear a flight suit. However, pilots do use what is called a G-suit. I thought it was G-spot. Which they wear in conjunction with their flight suits. G-suits help squeeze and apply pressure to your lower extremities to help keep the blood in your brain. When turning sharply in jets, this is called pulling G's.
So that's not going to an all-black club and trying to hook up with a rapper.
It sounds so gangster. It's amazing.
I go to an all-black club on R&B night and try and hook up with a gangster.
G's.
It's called pulling G's.
When flying fast and turning quickly, gravity presses down on you exponentially and can force blood out of your brain to the point of passing out. Pilots are taught how to do this without suits, and it's very physically demanding. It's essentially flexing and squeezing every muscle from your belly on down to forcing the blood to stay in your head. Do that for multiple turns over multiple minutes, along with doing everything else to fly a plane, and you're physically exhausted. G-suits are want to take a lot of workload off the pilot so they can concentrate on other things, necessary tasks, to not die. Now, the A-10 is a much slower aircraft, albeit the toughest, most badass.
Here's one for you, Spauldner, without checking or doing any research. In the G.I. Joe toy line, who flew the A-10 Warthog thing? Yeah? Riddle me that, Rommel.
The most badass plane in the sky, as compared to the much faster F-15s, 16s and 18s, and does not pull as many Gs. This is amazing. I sound so white. So she could fly the plane and not need the suit. She would have had to go through the motions, but she wouldn't have as much force exerted on her like a faster jet would. And lastly, I have my picks for the next round of Hot or Not. Yes! I present to the arena of your discussion Bess Motter versus Jeanette Goldstein.
Ooh.
Bonus points for Ellie. She can figure out who they are and how they relate to Terminator series without looking.
Well, I think Ellie will know who Jeanette Goldstein is.
Yeah, but you will do. But this is bonus points for me. James, I'm so sorry, but off the top of my head, I can't think of who either.
That's all right. I will send you pictures of them, Ellie. You put 2 and 2 together, and then we'll have a discussion on the next episode.
Both the younger 80s versions of their current versions are up for discussion. And Johnny Depp is
See Nichols, he kept it within the franchise.
And Spauldner is on... He also agrees that Johnny Depp is innocent. Well done, dude. I completely believe Doug Stanhope and his article. I know of him well, and he seems to not be one to jump into drama like that unless it's well warranted. Okay.
And as for the text, everyone.
Ethan, please, I'm on the last 2 lines.
Oh,
man.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's it for this book. Sorry about that. Have a great day or night or whatever it may be when you guys call out of your podcast case.
It's night time.
James, that was fucking amazing.
Thank you, James.
So much,
that was
dude.
excellent information.
It really was. And he writes it so well.
He does. He's like...
James, you are literally the gift that keeps on giving. We love you.
We should do like a military hardware podcast where we like discuss from a British non-violent, we don't own guns point of view. Go, what do you think of this? What do you think of this A-10 Warthog, Ellie, from England?
When I was a young warthog.
That's no warthog. That's my vagina.
Okay, so that has covered all of the points, all of the questions that have been asked, and we also now have a new Hot or Not. So Bess Motter and Jeanette Goldstein. Jeanette Goldstein, that name is a lot more familiar.
Oh, you know what? Before we do it, we will ask for James if he wants Bess Motter and Jeanette Goldstein now or in their heyday.
Well, no, that's what he's saying. It's in the 80s.
Okay, we'll go from their heyday then. All right, do not write in.
It says both the younger 80s versions and their current versions are up for discussion. So let's do both.
All right.
So if you can send me 2 of them when they're in their heyday and 2 of them as they are now, and I will split screen the shit out of them, and then we can debate.
Well, I'll send you Bess Motter links now so you can pick the best or worst picture
Bess
you can
Motter.
find
See,
of them.
that's, again, the more I'm hearing it, the more it's kind of coming to me, and I'm just like...
Because we did an entire episode on it once within this one of the seasons. I won't tell you which one. When you see it, you'll know which season, but we kind of covered her quite extensively.
Is Bess Motter the chick that's the she lives with Sarah?
Yeah. Did you even check that?
No.
Oh, well done.
The one that used to do like the workout.
That's it, yeah. And then she became
Okay, cool.
famous as a kind, or she was famous at the time as a kind of famous
Jeanette Goldstein.
workout
Who's
Pilates of the 80s ladies. Jeanette Goldstein, you know that. She's a no-brainer. She's in Lethal Weapon 2, if that helps. She's also connected to Terminator. She's worked with Cameron 3 times. She's worked with James.
She's in Lethal Weapon?
Yeah, and she's worked with James Cameron 3 times. She's done 3 James Cameron films. She's also in Lethal Weapon 2.
Lethal Weapon 2. Oh God. Oh God.
Might play out with some Lethal Weapon 2. Bit of Cheer Down by George Harrison. Great song.
Jeanette Goldstein.
Jeanette Goldstein.
Oh my God, she's the fucking mum, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Partial credit.
Okay, it took me a while.
It took me a while, but I tell you, That Jeanette Goldstein, great actress,
You
bodybuilder.
should have just said aliens, and I'd have got.
That's why. Oh yeah, but that would have been a dead giveaway.
Giveaway. Dead giveaway. Oh wow. Okay, so in their heydays, I'm gonna say off the top of my head.
For a bit of trivia, by the way, Jeanette Goldstein now owns a bra company.
Huh?
Jeanette Goldstein now owns a bra company.
Oh. I don't really remember seeing her chubs all that much. Although, fucking Moonface.
I'd even go as far to
I have got
say
notes about her chubs in this particular episode.
Michelle Rodriguez replaced Jeanette Goldstein in Avatar as that Hispanic tough lady, like the very thing you were talking about in the last episode.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I thought you were saying more things. Okay. Right, so would you like to hear my notes on this particular?
You know, I always dial it back. I say very little on this show.
What do you mean?
You're like, I was expecting you to say more things. I'm not this podcast ogre who just talks over you. How dare you even suggest that? It's called Jeanette Bras, by the way. Original name. No wonder it's doing so well.
Jeanette's Bras.
Yeah.
Jeanette is such an unsexy name.
I know.
Jeanette.
The DJ I was linked with. Her name.
Ethan, stop, man.
Lovely woman, but yeah, the name Jeanette's not great. She's never going to listen to this.
No, but
she's awesome, but I've never been a fan of the name Jeanette.
You know what Ben Newton does with like money? You do that with women.
Yeah, because if you grow up without women, when you do finally get it, you flaunt it. The same way rappers grow up poor, then they get loads of bling and they go crazy with all that shit.
Well, then you know better than Ben.
Well, I'm the poor, charismatic version of Ben with less rich boy Jufat. He's not going to listen to this show, no one cares.
Oh, God.
Everyone listening to me like, who is this Leonardo DiCaprio girl? Who is the DJ? Who is this Ben Newton character? Oh shit, I just said his full name. That's too obvious. We'll say Ben N.
And anyone... And
no, that's too obvious.
B
Newton.
By going onto the internet and seeing who Leonardo DiCaprio is dating right now.
B Newton.
Anyway, whilst Ethan carries on name dropping and connects, the very beginning of this particular 1 minute 50 seconds, I thought that Kyle was actually very calm.
Yeah, back to the clip actually.
How has he obtained this kind of like natural leader persona? I mean, the guy that's like losing his shit, because the last 2 minutes we had the lady and she was speaking to that child in her kind of like native dialect.
Yeah.
He was like, say it in English, and she's like, oh, you know, we're not going to be killed, we're going to be okay. And he's like, no, it's not, the Terminators are going to kill us. And Kyle was just sat there very calm, very collective, and he goes like, look, this isn't helping. What we need to do is we need to stay alive up here. He points to his head, and he says, and here. And he points to his penis. No, he doesn't. He points to his heart.
And then Lady Simcot's going, well, this is obviously done. It's kind of like retrofitting it in a way, but they're kind of like setting him up as like this good leader or this leadership qualities type person.
He's great.
He is great. Why you'd send him off to his certain doom through the time displacement stuff? To say,
right?
Yeah. He's our best leader.
He's great. I think that
not Vonkar. He's our best warrior. Vonkar, step back. Yeah, it's just like Willow.
Exactly. Use the ones, Willow.
Willow, use the one on that troll.
Yeah, I think he would have been a much better leader of the Resistance.
No, Marcus Wright was the best leader of the Resistance. He just got shoved out of the way when bullshit Bale came aboard.
And also, the way Kyle's talks when he's saying, like, what we need to do is stay alive. That is the main priority. Everything he's saying sounds very similar to Sarah Connor in the second film.
Yeah.
So again, it's that.
It's as if the scriptwriters had seen the first and second films and then added it to this script. And by the way, Spauldner, in this clip when she's undoing her top, we'll get to this bizarre seduction in a minute, but like, I don't think she's wearing a flight suit, dude. She looks like she's just wearing jeans.
There's a young chap in the bar and he's wearing jeans.
And by the way, what is she actually doing trying to seduce this unknown robot man? It's a bit weird. It's stuck out like a sore thumb, this thing. The way she holds her cans and stuff.
So there's so many things that are wrong about this particular 2 minutes. There would be no like sporadic fire dotted around the place willy-nilly in that kind of torrential rain. It is physically impossible. Science. Seriously. And also, there's like all these random just little fires just coming out of the ground. Nothing's actually burning. You just see these like wisps of.
Well,
like,
I mean, you could say it's
like...
the husk of the burning HK, but this is many hours later, and again, it is raining like a motherfucker.
Torrential rain.
Maybe they're fracking, and it's just coming up through the water, like in those videos. They go, "We need to ban fracking. The rivers are on fire."
She then says, "Oh, we need to find something we can burn." And I was thinking, like, what? Your fucking clothes, you slag.
Oh, it's a bit harsh on the attractive Native
wasn't
American
very
lady.
kind of resistance suitable either. She takes off her jacket and she's got like a fucking crop top on.
It's all from All Saints.
She's covered in necklaces.
I don't know if you have All Saints in Alaska, Spaldner, but
whips her bra off.
that's what they look like. All Saints people.
And also, another thing, before she takes her kit off, and she's, you know, she's kind of taken off her clothes, and then she looks and she kind of opens up her top, exposing her breast. Almost, and like just stopping and then like looking up like through like her wet hair up at Marcus, and then he goes, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "I'm fine, don't worry about me." It's just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
She does it like Ace Ventura.
So far. No, but it's just it's that typical woman thing, like where they all look all wounded and then they're like, "No, I'm fine, it's fine."
I'm actually fully aware what I'm doing right now, but I'm going to pretend I'm innocent while I rub my breasts.
And yeah, the sexual tension in that scene, not that I agree with it, is obviously pretty, like, potent. The way they look at each other, and she has constant, like, pout face.
He looks at her like, "Why are you doing this? It's like, we could be raided by mutants and you're getting your cans out."
I know!
And they take me first because I'm a robot. Imagine the shit I can do with my bum.
Now, this is the bit that I really didn't get. So... one thing I will say for her, she's got a great body. She really does. The chebs, from what I can see, look amazing.
Oh, I think they're low hangers.
Oh, really?
Sometimes you get a girl that's that tall, because the torso is so long, you get this like weird ratio when the breasts are kind of halfway down the body. Even though there's nothing technically wrong with them, it just something seems off.
That's Lord of the Rings. You're listening to Lord of the Rings.
It's a medley of soundtracks.
Yeah, well, that's Lord of the Rings. Yes. Question, Ethan. It's pissing it down with rain. You take all your kit off and you decide to wash your tits. Why?
Because that's what I do. I mean, I do that in life.
You're already wet.
Yeah.
So what you should do is actually take off those wet clothes and then wet yourself a bit more.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Because she's a conniving woman. She's up to something.
And it's the way she does it. She literally just gets a bit of water on her hands and just kind of like slaps them on her titties, and then she just cups them, like looks over her shoulder to see if Marcus is looking. Marcus is a dude. Of course he's bloody looking. As soon as she sees him looking, she goes, "Oh, it's alright to turn around now." And then she turns right round to fucking face him. What?
Yeah.
And then the 2 minutes finishes. But I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, because that's what my concern would be. Oh, let's get a fire going in this torrential rain. Oh, but before I do that, I must wash myself. Actually, it's just my tits that are dirty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all my kit off. Actually, no, just the top of my kit off. I'm gonna splash some fucking water on my tits, and we'll all be fine. Jesus Christ, ridiculous. But no, I'm gonna believe that she's got a nice body because that's what I could see, and I don't want to be like she's got horrible tits. Because
she reminds me of Emma
my initial
Winter.
reaction is she's rocking a decent pair, and she's slim, and she's got some tone on her arms and that, and she's quite attractive. But just the whole I'm a badass, and then I'm a weak and feeble woman, and then I'm a badass, and now I want you to look at my tits. What would the feminists say about her? You're making yourself a sexual object for a man. No, it's actually not. It's a Terminator. But yeah. So they were the notes that I had on those particular 2 minutes.
The thing is, Ellie, I don't understand it because first they hate each other, now they love each other.
What do you fucking know? You're a fucking robot.
And there we have it. Well, even before she takes her clothes off, she's doing it now. She's like holding one side of her top open and stuff.
This is what I was saying. She's like exposing herself, looking like she's damaged, and he goes, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm fine."
Yeah,
it's
get
like,
away from me.
Really?
Yeah, but girls do that, don't
really?
they? They pull you in and they go, "What are you doing?
Something there.
What are you doing?" Yeah.
Now he'd probably be done for sexual harassment. I was washing myself and he looked at me. Oh my god.
And what were you doing? I was washing my tits in a post.
Do you know what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Men are just going to be too fucking scared to ever hit on a chick ever again. Women are just going to grow old and alone. And they're just going to be fucking... Oh, God, they're all going to end up having sex with animals. They're all going to become zoophiles.
No, you'll just go to...
documentary we watched.
Yeah, no,
and
you'll
they all
just...
have those really bad, like, mullets, and they
speak,
end up
it's my
fucking
show.
their golden retrievers, because no one wants to fuck them. Sorry.
No, I think men will just go to second world countries where women's social evolution is not quite caught up, so you can like be all like 1950s and go to some like second world country and be like, shut up.
Do you know what else as well? Tonight when I was at the gym,
yes,
I noticed all the birds that are in there, and the only ones that are actually decent looking are either Russian or Polish. And then when you actually get an Englishwoman come in, she's fucking fat, huge, disgusting. I'm just like, oh my God.
Know why?
British women are doomed.
Well, no, I think there's just a lot of processed food and rubbish and diet in this country and boozing. And I guess, yeah, it's culture.
And I was like, Jesus Christ. These fucking Russians and these Polish chicks are wiping the floor with us. What the bloody hell's going on?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Have you got anything else to say, Ellie?
No.
Okay, well, that is your final show of the week. Maybe not. I don't know. Might pull something out my bag, anyone's, but Ellie's bag on Wednesday. Who knows?
Papa's got a brand new bag.
Yeah.
Or is it a little green bag?
A little green bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, do you know what?
Go on.
To play us out, do you know what you should play?
The UFO theme.
As a homage to Moonface, as she's like wetting her tatters. You should play the Tattoo All the Things She Said music video.
What about this?
Because that's exactly what I thought of. When you see her coming out in the rain, it's like... All the things she said, all the things she said, funny. No, Ethan, that's not the right music.
Oh, it's my favourite theme tune.
Anyway, on that note, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. We do appreciate the support. James, keep writing these letters. That was awesome.
Keep writing letters to anyone.
Keep the hot or not. We do enjoy this. This is a new favourite part of the show for me.
Well, remember your picture for the next episode, Ellie. We're going to do Hot and Not with Jeanette Goldstein and Brit Bing Bong Boo Boo Boo. What's it? I've forgotten her name. Best Motter. She's got the best Motter in town. So, yes, please listen on YouTube, on SoundCloud, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Ethan, you're the social media noob on all this stuff. Yeah, if you want to watch this show with the video clip in video as we talk over it for the entire length of the show on repeat, go to YouTube, subscribe and watch it there. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. There's all new pictures going up every day, including Ellie's housewife's choice picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger, which I put up yesterday with him sitting on a Harley, smoking his stogie. And yeah, keep checking in. Because of my sporadic work schedule at the moment, you're either going to get a load of shows or none. So we're going to just keep putting them up and sticking them there and moving one over. So yeah, enjoy yourself. Pace yourself on the shows, Nichols. You've got an entire week. Check out the Best Forgotten Movies podcast, because they did cover The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And it covers what a See You Next Tuesday Sean Connery can be. When he's not punching a woman, he's trying to punch a director. Check out Best Forgotten Movies. I'll put a link to it in the show notes of this show. Thank you all for listening. We shall return, of course, with episode 27?
6.
No, 27.
Oh, fuck.
Today was 26, Ellie. I got yesterday wrong, forget it. Anyway,
Ethan,
27 on Wednesday maybe, or Friday. See you then. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please support us. We love you. Hasta la vista.
baby.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
You are trashing my scene.
Shut the fuck up, would you? Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
And I ain't walking on this set if you're still hired.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
I'm fucking serious.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
You are trashing my scene.
Don't you
fucking done professionally. Fucking ass.